I don't know if it's gonna blow up.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Ashley, and I think there's music playing in the background, so I'm gonna go turn that off because... Okay, I'm gonna try to make this quick so that I can preserve all of the daylight coming through my window. So, we're talking about the time I almost died in St. Martin, or St. Martin, however you would like to say it. So let's just hop on in. So it all started when I went on a cruise last summer, back when we could go on cruises in the summer.
Coronavirus!
But yeah, I went on a cruise last summer, and it was really fun, despite the fact of me almost dying. Other than that, like, the cruise was great. So let's roll that footage now. Okay, so let me just tell you about the itinerary of the cruise, the way the cruise was set up, all that stuff. So I've been on a couple of cruises, and I really love cruises. And me and my sister, we love to travel together. So me and my sister, Earth to Asia on YouTube and Instagram, follow her too. But me and my sister are like travel buddies, so we always travel together. And we hadn't traveled. Can I talk today? Can I talk today? Maya, can you talk today? We hadn't traveled together in a really long time. So this was the first time in like maybe 2 years that we had traveled together. So we were really excited, pumped up. And this was my last week before going back to college for my sophomore year. That's a really important statement right there. It was right before I was going back to school. Anyway, start from the beginning. So the cruise started in San Juan. The cruise started off with a great tone. Like, it was just so enjoyable. We flew into San Juan 2 days or 1 day before we got on the cruise. So we spent a whole day in San Juan, and it was really fun. Like, we were exploring. I've never been to Puerto Rico. It was really pretty. It was just a lot. It was really fun. It was really enjoyable and a educational experience as well. Got to learn a lot about the culture. It was just really a good travel experience for me. So I'm just living the life. We're just chilling. We're just chilling by the sunset, by the ocean. And I'm just thinking in my head, wow, this is gonna be such a great cruise. I love it. Yay! So after San Juan, it was a 7-day cruise, and we went to a port every single day. Now, if you've been on a cruise, you know that that's a lot. You know that usually when you go on a cruise, you just want to be like, well, no, it was still fun, but like when you're on a cruise, excursions and getting off the boat is just so much. It's so draining. So sometimes just staying on the boat is good, but I mean, I enjoy going to ports every day. We were exhausted, y'all, at the end of this cruise, like exhausted. So the cruise started in San Juan, so it went like this. It was San Juan, St. Thomas, St. Martin, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, Barbados, then San Juan. So there was a port every single day. No fun day at sea, none of that. None of that. My dad is outside singing his heart out, y'all. I love my dad. Anyway, it was just really tiring, but really fun and fun-filled, and we were just really excited to be able to explore. I have not been to any of those places except for St. Lucia before, and I was just so excited to see all the beautiful islands and just eat the food and explore the culture. Y'all, we were excited, okay? Like, we were so excited, but got excited too soon, y'all. Too soon. First day, everything was good, everything was popping, everything was chill. You know, we were chilling, we met new friends on the very first day, as you do. If you guys been on a cruise, comment down below if you've been on a cruise and you've experienced this. Like, when you meet your cruise friends, like, y'all are like this on that boat. Y'all are friends, y'all are tight, like, y'all are like this on that boat, because you're on there like for literally 7 or 5, however many days ideally without internet. Like, I didn't buy the internet. So I didn't have my phone whenever we were on the ocean. I couldn't text or anything. You're really forced to be with the people, but it's really beautiful, and I recommend everyone go on a cruise when this whole thing is over. It's really fun and a really good experience, especially when you want to see a lot of places at once. Back to the story. We didn't have that many things on our agenda that we wanted to accomplish necessarily excursion wise, but we knew one thing that we definitely wanted to do was ride RVs. Before I left, my dad was like,
I don't know about those. Those are kind of dangerous. I don't know, people die on those. They flip over and you die.
I was like, man, forget that. People ride them all the time. I want the cute pictures. I want the... And I got the pictures, like look, picture. I got the cute pictures. Just foreshadowing. My father definitely warned me that I could die. And we were like, man, potato, tomato, I don't care. We're fine. St. Thomas, good, cool, chilling. We just went sightseeing for the most part. Beautiful island. I loved it. Right after that, which this was the third day, because the first day was in San Juan. The second day was St. Thomas. So the third day was St. Martin or St. Martin. However you would like to say it. I know there are different pronunciations. We didn't have any planned day that we wanted to do RV riding. We just knew we wanted to do it. Basically, like I said, me and my sister just wanted the pictures for real and the experience, but we wanted like some real like off-grid, you know, in the terrain, getting dirt on us, like we're like driving like like we wanted to be like really pushing gas, okay? So that's what we really wanted to do. So we get off the boat, and you know, like when you get off the boat, it's a port. So there are a whole bunch of people trying to encourage you to do their different excursions. So they're like, yeah, we have a boat, yeah, we have a tour, yeah, we do this, we do that, right? So we're like, cool, okay. So walking around, just talking to different people, and we met this one guy right at the end of the port. Like we were literally about to walk out and just, you know, go on our own adventure like we did the first day, which would have been fine. We were literally about to walk out, and this one guy comes up to us and he's talking about RVs. Or am I saying RVs? I've been saying RVs the whole time.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say,
I did not mean RVs. I meant ATVs. Anyway, the guy comes up to us talking about a really good deal on ATVs, and this day we really weren't even planning because we were looking on websites, like, you know how well, maybe you don't, but like on the Carnival app, they'll give you like people, and even if you just look on the internet, you can find excursions on the internet. So in St. Martin, we weren't really looking for ATV riding there because it didn't look like they had the off-grid like that we were looking for. They didn't have that. So we were like, okay, we're probably not gonna go there. We're probably just gonna, you know, chill out, find our own way, like we did in St. Thomas. We're just gonna be like, you know, chilling or whatever, because we weren't really hyped on just doing stuff. Like we really like just enjoying the beaches and the weather and the people and the food. Like that's just really how we are. So by the way, I went on this cruise not with my parents, but I went with my sister, her mom, and her brother. So we were all there together. It was really fun. I love them. Oh, my throat's dry. Hold on. Okay. Woo! So the guy comes up to us with this really good deal, and like when we looked up St. Martin, it didn't look like they had the stuff we wanted, like I said. So we thought we weren't gonna do it there. We were like, okay, we're gonna do it somewhere else. Like, so we're just not gonna wear the appropriate attire to go ATV riding, because you know, like especially if we were trying to do, I don't know, I feel like when you're riding a four-wheeler, I ideally wanted to be wearing tennis shoes and stuff, but we were literally wearing sandals. The first day we bought tennis shoes. The first day we put tennis shoes in our bag just in case. And then the second day we were like, nah, like we're not gonna do it, so we're not gonna put the tennis shoes in the bag. And so this is the day we decided to go ATV riding because he had a really good deal and the guy was really nice. We end up taking the deal, not going back to get our tennis shoes. We weren't even wearing, like, you know how you have the cute ATV outfits that people wear? Like, I mean, what we were wearing was cute, but it's not what we wanted to wear on the ATV ride. So that's already how the vibe went for, you know, when we started. But we didn't care because we were just excited because we wanted to go ATV riding. So period, we were gonna go. And that's another thing, like we were not prepared. We didn't even have the backpacks we needed. We had to strap our bags on the front. That was falling out, flailing, wailing, and everything. We were not prepared to go ATV riding this day. So we ended up agreeing to the price, and you know, because we got to rent the ATV for the whole entire day. And St. Martin, you can drive around the entire island, he said, in 2 hours, which actually is true because that's sort of what we did. We got the ATVs, and it was two per ATV. So there was my sister's mom and her brother, and it was me and my sister on the second one. And they gave us a map, and they were just like, all right, well, you know, here you go. make sure, you know, if you need gas, there's gas station, blah, blah, blah. Just gave us the whole rundown. And, you know, we had to sign a waiver and yada, yada, yada. But, like, when you have to sign a waiver, you don't think about it. Like, you're just like, okay, whatever. Like, bro, I don't care. I want to do this because it's fun. We ended up driving off. My sister drove first. She asked me, did I want to drive first or she drive first? And I was actually a little scared. I was thinking in my head about what my dad said. And if I would have thought a little bit harder, maybe this wouldn't have happened. I was like, I'm just trying to get a feel, you know, for how this is going to go. So we start riding, and it's kind of scary at first because it's kind of like, you know, in a car you feel secure. Like, I've never even been on a motorcycle, you know, so like in a car you feel secure with the windows and the doors, but in an ATV there's no doors, there's no windows, you're out in the air. I wasn't wearing any armor. We did have a helmet on, and look, listen, when they first gave us the helmet, we were like, I don't know about this helmet, y'all. It looks a little, because like it was like, you know, I don't know, like helmets from people I don't know. If I would have been prepared, I would have had a bandana to put over my head to put under the helmet, because like, you know, that's just what you do, just because you just don't know where who all has worn the helmet. So we weren't prepared in that part. We were like, I don't know. Choking up just thinking about this story. We're like, I don't know about the helmet. Like, we sniffed it. We're like, I don't know about this helmet. I might not wear it. But we ended up putting it on anyway. And good thing we did, because like I said, if I didn't put on that doggone helmet, I would not be here, y'all. At all. And that's really just that. Literally, if I didn't put on that helmet, I would have been dead. We're riding on the bike, and my sister's driving, and it's kind of really scary because there's like, you know, cars. We're on the road. There's no extra road for ATVs. Like, this is just the road, actual road. So we're like, okay, just having a feel for it. My sister's, you know, doing her thing. We're enjoying the wind, like, oh, hey, you know. And we waving at the people on our ATVs like, hey, you know, like, we're popping. We're having a good time. We take a couple stops because we're just trying to get a feel for it. And then, like, we start going really fast, but it's really, really fun. Like, it's fun. Like, it really is a thrill. Like, ATV riding was very fun. I'm not going to say it was not fun. So we kept going. One point we got to the stopping point where we took these pictures, really cute. Her brother was using the map. So at this point, it was about halfway throughout the perimeter of the island. So they were like, yeah, Maya, do you want to drive? And I was like, okay. So I finally built up my courage to freaking drive. And at this point, it might have been about 2 o'clock, and the cruise ship left again at 4. So we were planning, you know, just to drive back around. We would have been right on time. We would have been good, right? So we're driving. I'm still getting scared. It's really, y'all, first of all, I get scared driving a regular car. And if you watched my going to every Krispy Kreme in my city video, you'll see that I get a little flustered driving certain places. I'll just insert a clip real quick. So hey guys, currently driving in DC, and yeah, I'm very scared, very nervous. My first time, and they drive bonkers out here, and yeah, so I'm scared.
This is your first time driving in DC though. How was
I hated it. I don't like it. I just want to get out of DC.
Okay.
So
Girl, you're good.
why are they backing up? I made it out. So yeah, I just get a little flustered when it comes to driving. So driving an ATV was actually a big step for me, but I wasn't finna tell anybody that. Nobody knew that I was scared. Okay, I don't know. I don't even remember if I told anybody. But yeah, I was a little frightened. Not gonna lie, I was a little scared. The island had a lot of turns, not really hilly areas as much, but like a little bit of a hill. You know, like it's no cliffs or anything, because that would have been really scary. It was kind of a flat ride. So I'm driving for about 20 minutes, and you know, I'm just trying to work up my courage. Just started feeling comfortable. I just started feeling comfortable riding this let's call it RV again. I'm just feeling comfortable driving this ATV, and then freaking disaster strikes. So we're driving, and there's a curve. And I already get scared driving around curves anywhere, on a highway, anywhere. Curves are scary. I slow down all the time. I will go from 60 to 20 when it comes to a curve. A pretty sharp-ish curve. And as I said, there are cars on the street too. And like, I think the local people are really like used to people riding ATVs, I guess. So like, they'll like drive around, or we'll like we were like slowing down to let cars drive around, especially when I was driving, because like I said, I just get flustered. So I'm not about to drive too fast, especially on an ATV with no seatbelt. Like, no, I'm not about to drive too fast. So since we're at a curve, this is where stuff gets freaking scary. So this car comes behind me, because we were in the back and her mom and her brother were in the front. Comes behind me. The road is this narrow, y'all, and there are 2 lanes, one this way and one this way, and it's a freaking curve. Just imagine that. Just freaking imagine that. So the car comes from behind me, goes right in front of my sister's brother and mom, and freaking cuts them off at the point where it's curving. So there's nothing that we can do, and I'm watching this all happen, and as this is all happening, all I'm thinking in my head is,
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Oh my gosh, my dad was right. Like, oh my gosh.
he said people will die on this thing if this thing flips on me. So immediately her brother slows down, obviously because the car is cutting him off. He slows down and I'm behind him, and I'm trying to slow down and not hit the back of his ATV, because I don't know if I hit the back of the ATV, it's gonna blow up. Like, I'm thinking in my head, what is the best option? I'm like,
Why me? Why am I driving right now?
like, so I'm thinking, what's the best option? Is it better for me to hit the back of his ATV and just see what happens? Is it better for me to try to stop? So in the moment, like, you know, instincts kick in. So I decided to try to stop the ATV so it wouldn't hit. Because like I said, I thought maybe if I hit the engine of his ATV, it will blow up. Like, I don't know how old these ATVs are. I don't know how they work. I don't know how they're set up. I don't know where the engine is. And you know what? I should have known. Like, the vibes of the whole trip. Like, I got burnt by that ATV twice. I'm like, what do I do? So like instincts kick in and I'm slowing down, like hitting the brake as hard as I can. In the moment, the freaking, it's so scary thinking about right now. In the moment, there was like a ditch in the road. I'm trying to turn. It wasn't slowing down fast enough. Like, it was still going to hit the back of his ATV pretty hard, and I was just scared it was going to blow up. So I tried to turn away from where their ATV is and just get into the grass area that's on the side of the other part of the road. So it ends up there's a ditch. It doesn't go straight into the grass on the side of the road. And there was a freaking rock, y'all. I didn't even see any of that. I'm trying to turn away and slow down at the same time. So the ATV ends up falling into the ditch, and we end up having to eject ourselves, like literally jump off the freaking ATV in order to, you know, not fall in the same direction as the ATV. The only thing I could think about when this was happening, my dad said,
If the ATV falls on you, you will die.
so I'm like, no, what the heck? So I'm thinking,
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
like, that's literally all I'm thinking as I'm trying to slow this down. So as we're falling, we both jump off the ATV this way, and the ATV falls that way, hits the rock, blah, blah, blah. All I remember when I fell off the ATV was like hitting my head really, really freaking hard. I said, ow. Like, that's all I said. I hit my head really, really, really freaking hard. As soon as I hit my head on the ground, I shot up. At the moment, I didn't know where the ATV went. I didn't know where it fell. I didn't know if it was going to fall backwards. And like I said, all I could replay in my head was,
If the ATV falls on you, you're gonna die.
so I didn't even pay attention to how hard I really hit my head until after the fact. I didn't want a car to come and hit me either. So I ran out of the road. And I'm freaking crying. I don't know what's going on. And everyone's looking at me like, are you okay? Are you okay? And my sister, she didn't hit her head. She just hit her elbow. And of course, my older sister, she's always going to be worried about me over her. And that's just one of the amazing traits I love about her. Like, I'm sitting on the tree and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, am I okay? Like, am I okay? Am I bleeding? Am I okay? And they're like, you're bleeding a little bit. You're okay. You're okay. I'm just like, I don't know. I hit my head. Like, I really hit my head. Like, when I tell y'all right now, I can replay in my head the moment I hit my head on the ground, y'all. And that's why the helmets were so important. I'm so serious. Like, in all seriousness, I know I be joking around a lot, but y'all, if I didn't have that helmet on my head would have busted open. That's just how hard I hit my head on the ground. So yeah, I'm just sitting there like, am I okay? Am I okay? I'm touching my hand. I'm freaking seeing blood, and I'm like, how bad am I bleeding? Like, how bad? How bad? They're like, it's fine. Your lip's just bleeding. Your lip's just busted. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm like, okay. I'm looking around. I'm looking down, examining myself, and I noticed my belly button ring fell out. I don't even know how that happened. Just a lot's going on. And I'm looking at my leg. My leg is freaking covered in blood. Like, I'm just scared. I'm like, Did I break anything? Like, I don't even know. It was so much adrenaline and so much emotion running through me that I really couldn't even feel the pain, but I could see it. Like, I could see what was going on. So I'm like, am I in shock? Is something broken? And I don't know because I'm in shock. Some people who were driving on the road saw it happen and they hopped out the car. And the person who was driving the car just kept on freaking driving. They just kept on freaking driving like nothing just happened. And I'm like, hello, you just didn't see me fall. Okay, some people who were driving behind us saw the incident happen. They got out the car. If you know how St. Martin is set up, there's a French side. So we were on the French side, and luckily your girl had taken 3 years of French at the time. I'm not even going front like I even knew that much French, because you know how language classes go. Like, you learn the bare minimum. I know puis-je aller aux toilettes s'il vous plaît. My camera ran out of storage. Okay, so we're back. Some French speaking ladies come up to me, bless their heart for actually caring that happened to me. So they come up to me, you know, like I said, the girl had 3 years of French, puis-je aller aux toilettes s'il vous plaît. So they come up to me and they're like, ça va, like, you know, ça va is kind of like, are you okay? What's going on? Like, are you okay? Or like, what's up? Things like that. And I was just like, you know, I was getting choked up. Like, I knew what they were saying, but I didn't know how to respond. So I'm just like, ça va mal, bad. Like, I'm bad. A nice lady, she had a water in her car. She brought me a water, but like, there was only so much they could do because like, we couldn't really understand each other. They found my belly ring. But at that point, I called my mom. She was just freaking out, and we were like, you know, after I calmed down, I realized that I was okay. I was just really scared in the moment. So I called my mom. I told her what happened. She was really scared. I was afraid to tell my dad. But eventually I did tell him, and he was like,
Yeah, told you.
I mean, you know, what can you say? He warned me and we didn't listen. But yeah, like, after the crash, after I calmed down, like, I was just like, wow, that really just happened. Like, I even took a video. Look.
Just stick your lip out like a sad
Tell me what's happened. It's a
So,
video.
yeah, we were riding the ATV and somebody cut us off, and the ATV flipped over, and the ATV flipped over when somebody cut us off, and we fell right here. We bumped this rock? Or were you trying to like?
I don't even know, bro.
Hey Andre, look, is this from it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Get out the room.
Yep, that's from that. Anyway, I'm fine. Everything's fine. After that, we were just trying to figure out what we were gonna do because the boat was gonna freaking leave us. At this point, it was like 2:30 or 2:45. You know, the boat leaves at 4. They're gonna close off the doors. They're gonna freaking leave us. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go to the hospital here and the boat leave me. We didn't know if I had a concussion. We didn't know really if I had hurt myself seriously. We just knew from the surface. So I'm like, we're trying to decide what we want to do. So we're like, okay, we decide that I'm going to go to the hospital on the boat. Obviously, I do not drive the ATV any longer. My sister's brother ends up driving in front of me. Asia and her mom are on the other ATV. So we're trying to, you know, rush freaking back to the boat so we don't get left. So we're just zoom, still trying, you know, see some little sights because we didn't want to ruin, like, especially me, I felt really bad. I didn't want to ruin the cruise or ruin the experience for anyone. Like, I felt like I was being just, you know, such a burden at that time. But I know, like, I wasn't because, like, we're family and, you know, but I just felt like I really was, like, being a burden. So I, you know, we were still sightseeing a little bit, but we were really trying to get back to the boat so we wouldn't get left. Because it was only, like, the 3rd day, technically the 2nd stop of the cruise because it started in San Juan. So this is in the beginning of the freaking cruise. I got busted lip, I got cuts, bruises, everything. So we make it back literally just in the nick of time. Like, we barely have time. I don't want to have to go to the hospital there. So we're like, you know what? Me and my sister stayed while her brother and her mom took the ATVs back to the guy, and we stayed at the port because, like, we didn't want anybody to ask any questions about me getting hurt because we just wanted to get back on the boat, drama free, and go to the hospital on there. We do that. So we're waiting for them to come back, and they come back, and so we're just running on to get back before they close the doors of the boat. So we're almost there, and then the ATV guy comes back, and we're like, oh shoot. So he comes back like yelling like, stop, and we like, me and my sister like, no, we just gonna keep going, go, like, go. But instead, her brother stopped, and the ATV guy's like, yeah, there's this wrong with him, there's this wrong with him, there's this wrong with it. Even though when we looked at the ATV, it looked fine. So, and I mean, I guess it was good that he went back, because like on the waiver there had our address and stuff on it. So, I mean, I guess they would have found us anyway. I don't know. I was like, let's just be on the run. Like nothing happened and it's fine. No, y'all, you should be reliable. I mean, if we saw something wrong with the ATV in the beginning, obviously we would have, reported it. But like when we looked at it, we couldn't tell anything was wrong. She's like, yeah, this one's wrong, so I need this to repair it. And we're like, dog, we don't have any money to give you right now. Like we're trying to get on the boat before it closes. While her brother's over there talking to the guy, like all the way down the port, and we're all the way at the front of the port talking to the people at the front, like, you guys just wait, just hold the boat for a second, like he's coming, just wait. But we just paid the man, I just felt really bad, 10 times worse, because now I just felt like I ruined the day, I ruined the ATV, and now we had to spend extra money. We ended up not getting left because we were running like it was the freaking Hunger Games. Yeah, we were running to get to this boat and telling him to like wait. Moral of the story is wear a helmet, take caution to your parents and what they say. I'm just grateful and blessed to even be here and be alive. The rest of the cruise went smoothly. Then I had to get off the boat, and I just had, and you can still kind of see, like right here, it's a bump. Because I bit into my lip so hard. It's like a big old gash in my lip. Hey guys, it's Editing Maya from the future. And I noticed that I totally forgot to explain my experience at the doctor's office on the cruise ship. That part was just crazy. So it started after the whole situation got handled with the ATV. We were all back on the boat. We were good. We were safe. We go on the boat and we're asking, where's the doctors? Where's the doctors? And a whole bunch of people are like, it's that way. It's that way. But you can go through that door. If not, you have to go all the way around the ship. And I'm like, look at me. And my lip is bleeding. Like, look at me. Hello. And so we're going through a whole bunch of people because we couldn't go through this employee only section without an employee. So we're like, so they call somebody to take us back. And people were trying to act like they didn't know where the doctor's office was, or they didn't know how to get there from the back. Like it was just so much. And they're like looking around like, who's hurt? And I'm like, and they're like, oh yeah, let's go. So we're going through the back, VIP. So we're going through the VIP. And people look at me like I'm like crazy, because I guess my lip is still bleeding. I'm just bleeding. And they're like, what the heck happened to her? And we finally get to the doctor's office and they're like, okay, what's wrong? Sign this. And as you can imagine, they're telling us the prices, and like, we're on a cruise ship, y'all. And you already know cruise ships are expensive for everything. So just imagine But I'm like, I don't care. I'm hurt. I need to know if I have a concussion. I need to know if I'm okay. They're like, yeah, you can wait in this waiting room over here. We look in the waiting room and there are like 10 people in the waiting room. And I'm like, what happened to all these people? Why is everyone getting hurt? What's happening? But those people look like sick. So I'm like, oh, no. I'm not. I'm just scrape. I'm not trying to get that type of sick. But there were no seats left in the waiting room anyway. So they gave us just another room for me to sit in to wait for the doctor. A nurse comes in and checks my vitals. Your vitals are cool. And they give me an ice pack. When I fell, I also hit my rib. There was a little scratch right there, so that part hurt. So they gave me an ice pack, but they just gave me the ice pack. And I'm like, I'm not about to just put the ice pack on my open wound. It was either her idea or her mom's idea to put some gloves on the ice pack, as you can see in this picture. Because they just gave me the ice pack, and I just saw all those sick people in there, and I was not going to put a plain ice pack on my wound. Not to knock the cruise ship hospital or anything like that, but in this case the nurse was coughing. The nurse seemed sick herself. So you think I'm about to put that ice pack on my open wound? No, you thought, no, for real, like, no, I was not gonna put that on my open wound. So we put the gloves, put it on the ice pack, to protect my skin. And so then I get into the doctor. He just asked me a whole bunch of questions to ask what happened and make sure he's like evaluating the right stuff. So we're like, how do I know if I have a concussion? He's like, well, if you had a concussion, you wouldn't be able to blah, 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 you blah, blah, blah. But if you want to check, it'll be some crazy number that we were not about to deal with. I think they said they don't take insurance or something like that. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm cured because I'm not. We came to the conclusion that if I felt like I needed to be checked out, I can get checked out when I get back. I talked to the doctor. He made sure like I was able to you know, look at stuff and talk, make sure like I didn't spray anything. So that was good. I just didn't know if I had a concussion or not at that point. Then they took me back just to get like my wounds cleaned up because it was still freshly bleeding. The only thing we had put on it was some aloe that we actually found earlier when we were on the ATV ride. We found like a aloe plant just sitting on a beach, which was actually really helpful in hindsight because I busted my leg open. So that's the only thing we had put on it. So I was still like actively bleeding. Really all that nurse did was just wipe it off, and she was rough with it. She was like wiping off my leg. That it had gravel and just stuff all in it, and she was just like, and I was like, oh my, like, ow. But I guess, I mean, I needed to get the little gravel out because I wasn't gonna do that myself because it hurt so bad. Then she just, my lip was kind of like healing a little bit because, you know, things like your lips like heal really fast. So she was like, and it was crazy because it hurt so bad. And she was like reopening the cut. I was like, okay, yeah, okay. And my sister and her mom was looking at me like, ow, like, ow. And I was like, yeah, this hurts. So they ended up just giving us some Neosporin type packets to put on it every day. And that's just how I healed. And I had to do that every day of the cruise. I had to walk around with a freaking swollen lip and a freaking busted up leg and arm. And oh, my nail broke. And it was my real nails, y'all. I had on SNS and my nails were really long at the time. And so my nail broke too. So I had to get my real nail glued back together. Yes, y'all. It was just a lot. Carnival, sponsor me. I love you. But yeah. I just thought that was just an interesting experience. I never thought I would be in a doctor's office on a cruise ship anyway. And I was just like,
It was at this moment that he knew.
should have listened to my dad. Kids, listen to your parents to avoid injury. Listen to your parents to avoid injury. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm just really blessed to be here. I even have flashbacks of just me hitting my head sometimes when I'm being ungrateful and when I'm thinking that life isn't going the way I want. I literally just think I literally could not have been here because I seriously, like, it replays in my head all the time. It was really scary. It kind of makes me want to cry when I think about it because it was really scary. I really thought that was the end of Maya. But yeah, that's it for my story time. If you guys enjoyed this and want more story times, please comment down below. Comment what type of videos you want me to do. And make sure you like and subscribe and follow me on my social media accounts. And yes, I'll be back with more videos. So, peace.